There were a bunch of announcements that came out of today's WWDC, and we are going to talk about every single announcement that came out today. Starting with the Mac lineup, we got a new MacBook Air 15-inch, which I suspected was going to come eventually. It is a really nice addition. We also got M2 Ultra versions of the Mac Pro and Mac Studio. Those three products end the lineup for the transition to Apple Silicon. It's kind of interesting because I didn't realize we were 3 years into the Apple Silicon transition. You can now get a Apple Silicon Mac at basically every level except for a 27-inch iMac, which is kind of weird. Moving right along to software announcements, and there was quite a bit of those. I want to save the best for last. iOS got some interesting improvements. If you're into like journaling or customization, this release is kind of for you. Otherwise, most of the changes that came in both iPadOS and iOS were kind of in the mid-range, not really a major release. Going through the features, we got some improvements to the call experience on every level. From FaceTime to phone calls. Developers will be able to take advantage of the call poster features and live voicemail features that are coming to iOS. And iPadOS got even less updates with some small improvements to Stage Manager. All the features that we got last year for iOS is now coming to iPadOS. We got some of the messaging improvements that came to iOS this year, and that's basically it. WatchOS got probably the most amount of features, everything ranging from a brand new user interface with live widgets, new application design, emphasis on mental health, and that applies to all platforms. That's why the Journal app is kind of a thing, and the Health app is also coming to iPad. Yeah, that's it for WatchOS. Lots of deep level changes. The Vision Pro mixed reality headset. Oh, wow. Was there a lot going on with that. Basically, think of your Mac, your iPad, and your iPhone lumped into one big device that goes over your head and is powered by a battery that only lasts 2 hours. Too soon? Anyway, you can run both iPhone, iPad apps, and then you can mirror and extend your Mac's display. Now, what's interesting to me about this is there are a lot of implications on how Apple could technically approach this system. And they're really interesting, but as someone who is visually impaired and has a drifting eye, I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work for someone like myself, because there are eye tracking features and there's optic ID, eye recognition. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work for someone like myself. There's a lot of questions that were unanswered during the keynote, so we're going to have to see how this pans out. Oh, and to top all of this off, it is $3,500 to start. That's a hard pill to swallow for non-power users. It's not coming out until next year, so Apple has plenty of time to work on improving the platform. They likely will. Developers will likely jump on board because it's not only a productivity device, it is a entertainment and gaming device, and developers can make apps for all of those edge cases. When it comes out, we don't know. They just said it's going to be out next year. So we'll have to see how that pans out. And as much as I want to say I want to get my hands on one, $3,500 is kind of hard to swallow. Anyway, that's all I have for today, folks. I'll see you guys next time.